Welcome everyone to Garrett Green Gaming. This is Garrett Green, and today I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. So over the weekend, we got a little preview of the next Nintendo Switch, and I don't have much to say on it. I've personally never owned a Nintendo Switch. I haven't owned a Nintendo since the old Game Boy Color. Don't remember which one. I think it was the blue one, but that was such a long time ago. I think I had a Game Boy Color and then a Nintendo DS maybe, and I have the original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. So I have owned some Nintendo stuff, but haven't bought a new Nintendo product in a long, long time. And so that's where I'm coming from as I watched the new trailer and kind of looking at the Nintendo Switch 2. And for me, I'm interested. I mean, it was a short little preview, and there wasn't much to be said about it. But for me, if what it comes down to, and whether or not I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch, it's going to come down to number one, my financial situation. I mean, I'm assuming that the Nintendo Switch will be somewhere between 350 and $450. So, I mean, I'm more likely to buy it if it's a little bit cheaper. Personally, I would love to own all the consoles, all the platforms. I'd love to own the Nintendo Switch, PS5 Pro, a Steam Deck, Asus ROG Ally. I'd love to own all the handhelds, all the Xboxes. Right now, I have an Xbox Series X and a PS5. So that's all I own. I don't own a PC. I'd love to go and spend thousands of dollars on a high end PC, but that's just not where I'm at right now. I'd love to be able to own everything. But really, putting the money stuff aside, I think the biggest thing for me will be performance and the power. And really, I can boil it down pretty simply um, to whether or not I can go take Zelda Breath of the Wild and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and be able to run it on the Switch 2 using backwards compatibility and be able to play it at 60 frames per second. To me, that's the biggest key, okay? Because if you can't play those games at 60 FPS on the Switch 2, really it's a non-starter. I'm not going to buy it because I've gotten to the point where I have to be playing at 60 FPS. At least in the 40s. I cannot play games at 30 FPS no longer. It was a couple years ago when I started playing games at 60. There's a couple games like Horizon Forbidden West, and when they gave the PS5 version to the GTA 5, and you're able to now run GTA 5 at 60 frames, and a couple other games that really I started playing them at 60. I tried to go back to another game and play it at 30, and I just couldn't. It just was too jarring. Moving around, it almost like gave me a headache sometimes. It was just too jarring, too janky, and I just can't do it anymore. I can't do the 30 frames. So boiling it down simply to that, it's I want to be able to play games at 60. Now I'm assuming the new games will run at 60, but whether or not I can play those old games at 60, like to me, I want to buy a Switch so I can go play Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So, but I want to be able to play them at 60. So, personally, that'll take it off the board if I can. But if it can, then we have another story. And there's plenty of games that I think I would want to play on the Switch. Back when I had the Game Boy Color, I loved like sports Mario games. I loved Mario Golf and all those other games. So I would love to get a new Mario Golf game. I would love to play the new Mario Karts game that they were showing off. And I would love to dive into all the Nintendo games that I missed over the years. So that would be really cool for me. But that's me personally. I mean, it seems like a lot of people want to get the Switch. Now, I've been hearing some people say, oh, it's not a big enough upgrade from the Switch. It looks real similar to the Switch. And I mean, we don't know all the information yet. The information's not out of how powerful it's going to be and all that, but some are saying it's not a big enough upgrade. It's more like a pro version of the Switch than the Switch 2. We'll see. I don't know about all that. I've never had a Switch. I don't even know how much like Switch owners care about power. I would care about power, at least enough to give me 60 frames per second. So that's what I'm looking forward to and what I'm hoping comes out of the Switch. I don't need huge leaps and bounds in terms of performance. I don't need it to run like a PS5 or a PC. I just need 60 frames per second on the big games. On all the games, really. All the Nintendo games, let me be able to play at 60. Then we have something cooking. But that's all I got to say about the Nintendo Switch 2. Thanks for watching my video, and I will be back soon with more videos. Thanks. Peace.